Viva the Intifada! Viva! Viva! Viva freedom, peace and justice for all humanity! Viva! Viva! Siyabonga kakhulu. Thank you. Thank you everybody for being with us here today. We South Africans struggled for our freedom. The world stood by with solidarity for our struggle. We won. We have tasted freedom. We can enjoy freedom and democracy, the right to assemble, the right to expression. And because of this, we stand in solidarity, in happiness, in enjoyment, as we see the people at the other end of this great continent rising after so many decades of dictatorship, of the stifling of their freedoms. And the tsunami from Tunisia last month has blown through the Maghreb, has blown through North Africa and into the Middle East. Down with autocracy, Panzi! Panzi! Panzi, the dictatorships, Panzi! Panzi! Viva the Intifada, viva! Viva!
The Muslim Judicial Council in South Africa hereby wishes to pledge its support for the Egyptian people, our fellow African brethren who have been on the streets of Egypt to demand the resignation of Hosni Mubarak. Egypt and its people will no more be silenced, will no more be oppressed, will no more be intimidated, will no more be afraid, and the masses will no longer be marginalized. O people of Egypt, O people of Tunisia, South Africa salute your resistance and support your call.
We recognize our brothers and sisters in Egypt, the rest of North Africa, and all places that are feeling the scourge of these victims of the situation. We trust and know that as we have been able to achieve victory, they will also achieve victory. The wind has never stopped blowing, and change will come.
Down, down! Down, down! Down, down! Down, down! Down, down! Down, down! Down, down!
اللي هيهتف مش هيموت!
اللي هيهتف مش هيموت!
قومي عمنا وعلي الصوت!
قومي عمنا وعلي الصوت!
اللي يشارك مش هيموت!
اللي يشارك مش هيموت!
يا شباب مصر الغالي!
يا شباب مصر الغالي!
رافعتونا في العلالي!
رافعتونا في العلالي!
يا شباب مصر الغالي!
يا شباب مصر الغالي!
رافعتونا في العلالي!
رافعتونا في العلالي!
حسني مبارك لازم دين!
What happened today, it didn't come in one day and one night. What happened today, it comes through 30 years of oppression in Egypt. Thousands and thousands of Egyptian people in the jail now. Thousands and thousands of them is outside looking for a work, for a job in different countries. He threw out all the scientists, all the scholars from Egypt. They went to America, they went to Europe, they went to everywhere. They built a great civilization in Europe.
and they left their countries because of the oppression of Hosni Mubarak today. What is happening today because of the oppression? And today the people wake up, the people cannot sleep forever. No, everything comes in a time. And this is the time for the Hosni Mubarak. Hosni Mubarak must go out. The game is over now. We wish the people, they said we are not going out from Tahrir Square until Hosni Mubarak go out. Otherwise we will die in Tahrir Square in Egypt. Even if it takes few years, few months, few years. Down Hosni Mubarak, down!
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 Viva! Aman! Down! Down Hosni Mubarak, down! Forward the democratic movement in Egypt, forward! We must make sure that our government takes a much firmer stand. There can't be a voice from Mubarak in South Africa if it doesn't represent the will of our people. And when we speak as workers, the message that we give is absolutely clear, because our message is inspired by so many others who have come before us. We know one thing absolutely clear, and that is that an injury to one is an injury to all. An injury to one is an injury to all.
From Cape Town to Cairo, we say it's one Africa.
Yes.
Cape Town to Cairo, Maya Buya e Africa. The image that comes to me very powerfully from Cairo, from Tahrir Square, is a sight of our Muslim brothers and sisters kneeling down in prayer, facing towards Makkah and surrounded by their Coptic Christian brothers and sisters, circling them in a bond of protection. And so while the people of Tunisia, and particularly today in Cairo, are gripping each other in one love, in one indivisible embrace of solidarity as an African people, as a Christian and a Muslim people, that message must not be lost on us. And today we say to Mubarak, if you love the people, then serve the people. If you can't serve the people, then leave the people.
Every year, $2 billion, that's about 20 billion rand in arms is given by the United States to Egypt. Mubarak is the dictator of United States imperialism. Down with US imperialism, down! Down! Down with Obama and his generals in Egypt, down! Down! يسقط حسني مبارك.
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 A friend of mine who is in Cairo at the moment, had been on the demonstrations, has sent this through, and I said I would read just one or two little things out of it, just so there's a voice there. She says, as if 30 years of corruption, oppression and dictatorship were not enough for Mubarak. As if 30 years of the emergency state that stood between us, Egyptians, and freedom were not enough. Now he is leading street fights against his people. Mubarak, the war criminal, is having his first encounter with the genie in the bottle. This genie is nothing but Sekhmet, the ancient Egyptian goddess of war and medicine. The angry goddess is the killer and the healer in one.
Thank you to South African brothers. We always feel that you are standing next to us. I just come from there. I arrived last night, and I come from the middle of Tahrir Square, and I was there for a few nights before that, and I didn't even greet my family to leave. My family didn't know that I am in South Africa. Only yesterday I called them at 8 o'clock night time. But the clear message that I want to give, Hosni Mubarak and his generals, so-called generals, the big people in power, what they have done in the past few days, they release the people who's in jail, the criminals who's in jail. They were released by the police, by the big generals from the interior police, and they were given arms from the stations, from the police stations, and they were told, you know the word halal for Muslims? What is the word halal means? Allowed. The word halal Muslim use here as allowed. They told them, to the criminals, the official rulers of Egypt, release the criminals from jail themselves and give them the arms and say to them,
Egypt is halal for you, for the criminals. If this is the only crime the regime has committed, the regime must all be judged and the regime must go to hell. Down Hosni Mubarak!